Welcome everyone to the first video in the horror film marathon. And first up is Witchfinder General, a Vincent Price film. Sorry for the glare, you can see that there. Yes. Well, basically, yes, it came out in 1968, and basically the film follows, it's set during the Civil War, the English Civil War obviously. Meanwhile, this is distracting people from other powers and people trying to gain power by exploiting superstitions, being witchcraft in this film. It follows Matthew Hopkins, who is going around exploiting this, and he comes to a town where he accuses a priest of being a witch. So yeah, basically the film follows the niece of the priest and her boyfriend, well, fiance really, they want to get married, just trying to stop him in his reign of terror. That's all really to the film. It's quite simple in that way, but it draws in lots of themes of power and madness. And superstition, of course, you know, to think people were this stupid. I mean, to think that even around this period or sometime before that, people for being left-handed would have been called witches. I'm left-handed, by the way, so I don't like the idea of that. Imagine being burnt just for being left-handed. That's not something I'd be interested in.
But even their innocence is cruelly corrupted by the vile touch of the Witchfinder General.
My motive in coming here was to find the truth.
Vincent Price is the Witchfinder General. Lust and greed were his only gods.
The money from the magistrate. 9 guineas in silver.
Good. Now we can leave.
Ian Ogilvy as Richard Marshall. He stood alone against the forces of devilish destruction.
Well, yeah, it's not a great film, but it's really suspenseful, and there's a lot of blood in it for its time. Considering it came out in 1968, I was quite surprised to see how much blood and just violence in general there was in it. Excuse my voice at the moment, my nose is a little blocked up. As for the restoration in general, I don't know, I can't compare it to anything else, but I think it looks quite great. You wouldn't mistake it for a new film, but you know, it looks really, really well. Looks really good on Blu-ray. No slip sleeve or anything, just standard box in case. However, there's some good special features in there. I didn't watch there's one called The Blood Beast. The films of Michael Reeves, who must be a well-known director. I don't think I've seen anything else from him. This is all I've seen. And yes, it's a really, really good interview from the 90s on a talk show with Vincent Price, and you know, I absolutely love Vincent Price. That's what made me watch this film. You know, there's none of his films that I would give, you know, 5 out of 5 masterpiece, but he does really good performances. Sometimes it's over the top and theatrical, and it works really well in the setting of the film, like The Abominable Dr. Phibes and House of Wax. I just absolutely love Vincent Price and whatever he does. And it's surprising he stated, I didn't realise this, but over his 120 credits of film, only 25 of them were horror films, and that is what he is known for now. Most people haven't seen his other performance outside that. I have seen Leave Her to Heaven, which Vincent Price stars in. It's just a gentleman caller type. You know, he's a charming man, and he's a charming man in real life from the interviews I've seen, and he's so funny. I was so surprised how funny he was in the little interview. I just love hearing him talk because he's such a pleasant person. You know, you can see that he's a really nice guy. He's very genuine, and the jokes he comes off with are hilarious. I mean, he could have been a stand-up comedian, and you can tell he had a dark sense of humour, similar to some of the roles that he played, that he becomes known and associated for. I mean, we even know his voice in Michael Jackson's music video Thriller, which he does an excellent job in. But overall, yeah, Vincent Price is just an absolute legend of horror, and you know, he's an essential that you need to watch. If you haven't seen Vincent Price's films and you're a film buff, then you're doing something wrong. Check out Theatre of Blood and films like that. But I went off topic there. Yes, there's relatively good special features in there. This one is a little pricey considering it's quite standard. I managed to find it for £9 used, but generally it's about £12. Sometimes it can be £15. But you know, it's kind of worth it. It's not a brilliant film, but really enjoyable to see Vincent Price at work, and just all the themes of superstition involved. Not much else to really say about this one, other than it's quite suspenseful at times, and there's some somewhat gruesome scenes to watch that remind me a bit of The Wicker Man in some ways, which is probably where they kind of got inspired to make The Wicker Man. So yeah, in general, it's worth a watch, and this is a good release, good Blu-ray release with decent features, very well restored. So that's all for this one, everyone. Be sure to leave your comments below on the film if you've seen it, and if not, check it out. And until next time, everyone, see you then.